excuses and things like that, and we all have them. There's an old saying, I actually have notes for this because I got some great stuff here, man. Old saying, when a child is learning to walk and falls 50 times, he doesn't say to himself, oh, maybe this isn't for me, right? No, he just does it. He gets up again and again and again and eventually walks, right? That's what this whole thing is, this life thing that we got going on, right? That's why we come here, that's why we fill up. So, wow, listen, next few minutes I'm going to share with you guys, one of two things is going to happen. I'm either going to really inspire you, or I might offend you. I hope I don't offend you. You're all my friends, and I'm hoping I inspire you. But if you are offended, that's not me, that's you. Because I'm just being honest. But I'm going to tell you something. There's an old saying, right? When something's white hot, when there's lots of energy, what's around it either ignites with it or it melts. So I don't want anybody to melt. I want you guys to ignite with me. I'm like fired up. I want to do something. You guys have seen this before. You've probably seen Tony Robbins do this. Have you ever seen, who's been to a Carrie Zumas leadership school? Yes. Please, do this with me. Stand up right now. You guys have been sitting for the past hour and a half. You sat in traffic on the way here. You're going to sit going home. Yeah, he's making a stand. We're not belly dancing. I want to do a yes clap. I want to get the energy back in this room, right? Because I'm like here, and I want you guys here with me. Does everybody know the yes clap? Mom, you know the yes clap? All right. It's this. We're going to clap, and really loud, we're going to disrupt the Crown Plaza. And when this happens, we're going to scream yes. And it's going to get louder and faster until we stop, Angelisa. I'm looking at you. You're Italian. Let's go. Here we go. Ready? Yes! Hey, that's scientifically proven, by the way. Tony Robbins talks about that. What you guys just did was you brought yourself to your peak state. You changed, you went from this, because that's how we get, right? We just sit to like, yeah, right? So, thank you for being on fire with me, because I'm ready to freaking rock here. Okay, so, hey, right? Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. Right? It's true. I have a really good friend, and it's kind of funny actually. I was thinking, when I was putting this together, it's funny because we are so yin and yang, we're so opposite, right? Like, I'm over here, and he's over here, and he thinks this, and I think this, and we can just like watch UFC together and chill and have a good time, but like, we don't agree on anything. I mean, like anything, so, but as a side note though, isn't it kind of cool, like, in America where we're offended about everything in today's day and age, like we can actually be friends with people that we disagree with, right? Isn't that kind of refreshing? That's nice. But we actually got into it a little bit the other day via text message, and because he said, you know, I don't know how it started, but his son is a great athlete. Known him since he was a baby, right? He's in high school now. He said, you know, my son is never going to make the NBA, and he's okay with that. He said, what's wrong with that? And I said, well, there's nothing wrong with that, but I agree with you. Your son is never going to make the NBA. He said, well, why would you say that? I said, because you told him he's not going to make the NBA. Whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. This kid's already told, I can't make the NBA. So just accept, just enjoy. I'm not okay with that. And I'm okay with telling him I'm not okay with that. You know, listen, I don't promote this a whole lot, but I've been asked, I speak for schools, I speak for sports teams, businesses bring me in and I share with them about different success stories I've had with pro wrestling and my own ventures and things like that. And at the end of the month, I'm going to be speaking for an elementary school. I am the assembly. The school's so big, there's 1,200 kids. 1,200. So they're going to have 2 assemblies for me, because it'll be like freaking can you imagine a yes clap of like, you know, 1,200 13-year-olds, like they're going to be climbing the walls. It's going to be crazy. So the message that I'm going to have in there, it's kind of similar to what I'm going to have in here, only I'm going to tailor it a little different, right? And there's a lot of entitlement with the young kids, right? Everybody's on this, and everybody's got their own reality show, right? I mean, really, we're setting them up for, yeah, you can go make that happen, but that takes work, right? That's real. So what I'm going to tell these kids, not everyone in this room is going to be the future president of the United States. Not everyone in this room is going to be an Oscar-winning Hollywood actor. Not everyone in this room is going to be the next pop star on iTunes. Now, in this room, not everyone in this room is going to be an executive national vice president. Not everyone in this room is going to be the Spirit of Arbonne winner or walk the stage at Global Training for a Parade of Champions. But look around, because some will. Some will. So what's the difference, right? What's the difference? What does that take? What does that look like? Well, that looks like hard work. That looks like not afraid to get your hands dirty. That looks like serving others. That looks like fighting through the rejections and all the crap that we tell ourselves and the excuses, right? Because it doesn't matter your title, how much you make, don't make, where you go, what you're doing. Everybody's got doubt, everybody's got stuff, right? Thank you. All right. Love that kid, right? Right? So who makes it? Who makes it, man? You guys heard this before, right? Look, Walt Disney, he was fired from a newspaper because they said he had no imagination. Oh, where are you going to take your kids if he quit? Right? So, he kept going. Oprah Winfrey fired as a news anchor because she wasn't fit for TV. It's like the richest woman on the planet. Who's the genius that said that, right? Yeah. How about Beethoven? Teacher said he was hopeless at composing. Then he became deaf and still composed. Some of the greatest classical masterpieces of all time. This one's the best because I own my DJ company. I love music. The Beatles. I love the Beatles. I like a lot of bands, right? Decca Records did not sign the Beatles because they said they didn't like the sound and that they have no future in this business. Right. All you need is love. Anyway, they quickly signed Rolling Stones, Decca Records did, because they're like, oops, okay. Anyway. So those people didn't stop. They kept going. You know, and then there's Colonel Sanders, and there's Steve Jobs, and there's on and on and on and on. We hear about these household names because they didn't stop. Don't stop. Don't make excuses. Sherry, hopefully one day I'll be one of your feature titles of what we're talking about. I'm actually authoring a book right now. Can I read you guys a little piece of it? Yes. Okay. I've been pulling it together for years. Christina's like, can you just do the book already? I'm like, okay. And this is the part that might get a little offensive. So pucker up, Buttercup. Here we go, okay? This is not a full chapter. It's just a portion of a book. And it's titled, Your Excuses Suck. They just do. And by the way, I don't like being read at. I like when people talk to me. So this isn't the norm of what I would normally suggest, but I just want you guys to have a feel of where my mindset is, okay? You guys cool with that? Yeah. A couple minutes? All right, cool. Your excuses suck, they just do. Excuses allow us the opportunity and convenience to have the comfortable little safety net of failure. It lets us, I heard somebody go, so that's good. All right, yeah. Thank you. Be performing live, okay. It lets us justify failure without remorse. Maybe we didn't achieve this time around, but it's all right. It only makes sense that we didn't hit our goal because fill in the blank with your random excuse. Everyone, yes, everyone, from the most novice or insignificant to the greatest of the great, all have problems now and again. Roadblocks, potholes, flat tires, speed bumps, bridges that are closed, and detours, not to mention all that traffic, can be found on the road to accomplishment. In addition, most people are filled with what? Fear. Most people are filled with fear, right? Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of what people will say, fear of what people will think, fear of the unknown, fear of fake scenarios conjured up in our own minds, fear of public speaking, fear of dying. Some people are actually fearful of the idea of fear. It's fascinating, right? The fact of the matter is that usually the fearful feeling is worse than whatever we are afraid of in the first place. It's true, right? What's the worst thing that could actually happen to you if you were to stand up in front of 100 people with a microphone in your hand? Will angry villagers attack you with torches and pitchforks? No, fear's a liar. I almost threw up back there. Look at me. I'm doing all right, right? Good. All right. Fear is usually kept on the back burner until the first sign of resistance happens. Oh, and resistance will happen. Do you think the universe is just going to give you what you want and let you keep it without proving yourself worthy? Everybody was up here, had a success story, had to fight through stuff, right? There is no entitlement on the easy road to success. Some people call it Murphy's Law, I say it's spiritual warfare. Regardless, resistance happens and the drama comes with it. What happens next? Permission, right? We tend to give ourselves permission to stand on that fear and rear the ugly head in the form of an excuse. Excuses are toxic. They poison our minds. and they potentially damage our spirit with the lies that we tell ourselves. We all have random excuses ready in place so we don't have to push ourselves and feel that fear of failure if we fall short. Some may say they didn't want to earn the company trip to Mexico because they don't like to travel. Some may say they may not want to go for the company car because they don't like the color. I've actually heard these. We hear all kinds. I was going to apply for that position, but I'm sure there's applicants who are more qualified than me. I'll polish up and try next time. Man, I was so ready to nail that audition, but traffic was jammed up and I couldn't get there in time. There's nothing I can do. Who sat in traffic tonight? Yeah, cheer here. Okay. I was so going to get that varsity position on the team, but I was sick for a few days and not 100%. Plus, the other kid's uncle's the coach anyway, so even if I get it, I'm sure he'd give him my spot at some point. Underqualified, late, sick, excuses, all garbage. Do you know who is sick? Me. Want to hear excuses? Smash excuses. Sick. Do you know who else was sick? Walter Payton. Who? He's only one of the greatest NFL Hall of Fame running backs of all time. In 1977, Walter Payton, or Sweetness as he was known, set an NFL rushing record. In 40 carries in one game, he rumbled for 275 yards. 275 yards. Those are video game numbers. But that's not the incredible part. He did it with the flu. The day before kickoff, he started having hot and cold flashes and feeling weak. Despite this, he did not ask to be sat from the game. He didn't request to not dress at game time or be pulled out or even take a breather. He broke records with the flu. He smashed excuses. I believe you can smash excuses too. How? By having zero tolerance, no excuses allowed, having a no matter what mindset. These aren't just words, this is real. I've conversed with and interviewed literally hundreds of successful people who are present or former pro athletes, military heroes, best-selling authors, executive national vice presidents of companies, and even human beings who have fought and defeated cancer. Regardless of background or journey, all these amazing individuals possess similar traits. One consistent trait is that no matter what mindset. They possess that attitude before they even begin their journey. Lacey Lautenschlager? Lacey Lautenschlager was a featured guest on my web-based show. She received the Spirit Award from her Arbonne company at the yearly Global Training Conference in front of 15,000 people. The award represents someone who inspires, cares for others, and lifts people up by their example and actions. Lacey's a mom who not only runs her home-based business, she's an area manager, but she does so while caring for her special needs child. Actually, Lacey has 2 special needs children. And what about her husband, you might ask? Well, he deploys for duty overseas, frequently, with the bomb squad. Talk about stress. What's your excuse? When I asked Lacey how she musters the fortitude to get through her day, she referenced her grandmother that forever instilled a saying into her mind. Her grandmother would say, you can, you will, and you must. You can, you will, you must. That's it. No what ifs, no safety net, no fear, no excuses. Using the mental muscle for busting the ability to rationalize will get stronger the more you use it. It's just like any muscle you strengthen when you go to the gym. The difference is the gym is your mind, and the gym's always open. Excuses do suck, and if you continue to accept them, you'll suck too. I'm not trying to be witty. I'm being direct. And I don't care if your ego gets bruised. I care that you recognize the trash and take it out. Take it out. Most people will have an out, create that safety net. Humanity will justify, rationalize, and reason away. Few will make the decision, and yes, it is as easy as deciding to not accept excuses. The truth is the majority of the population will fail because of their excuses. Be in the minority, be different, no excuses. That's part of the book. Thank you. Thomas Edison was quoted as saying, I haven't failed, I just found 10,000 ways that didn't work. Right? It's perspective. It's perspective. Nicole's standing back there with her baby. And I said, you know what? I said, I respect the fact that you come here with your baby every month, every meeting. And she goes, well, you got to do it, right? I said, no, you don't have to do it. This is an army of volunteers, but you do it. She's like, well, wait till he starts running around. I'm like, well, yeah, that's another story. Stay home now. But it's true, right? No excuses. You just make stuff happen. And guys, talking about what works, Arbonne works. If it didn't, I'd be reporting to someone tomorrow. See? Network marketing works. This is real. And what's so cool about it, see, and I've said this before too, I didn't grow up some little boy in northern New Jersey, right outside New York City. You know, and, oh, Tommy, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a fireman. Ashley, what do you want to be? I want to be a doctor. Mark, what do you want to do? I want to sell eye cream, right? That's not how it went down. But this is the vehicle that allows me to do what I want to do, right? This is the vehicle that allowed me to start and continue and expand my DJ company. I book a year out in advance and I don't advertise. It's word of mouth. I have the time to do that. You know, successful people are going to take their opportunities and they're going to parlay that, keep that big mo, right? You heard that, the big mo momentum. They're going to keep that rolling, right? It's not about me, but it's an example. Like, I was able to use my DJing, what I did there, and that got my foot in the door of professional wrestling, and I made it to the WWE. And then I used that with the connections I had to become a co-owner of an arena football team. The kid who wants to sell eye cream from North Jersey. What's that about? Right? I love football. And I went from there after catching the bug about understanding how to network and do things and perform and entertain. I'm Christian. I became a lead vocalist for a Christian rock band. I was told, but you don't sing. I'm like, not yet. No excuses. I got lessons. I performed at the Wells Fargo Center for Bon Jovi and the Philadelphia Freaking Soul. Not with, but like, yeah. You hear people. Anyway, no excuses. You create your own future. You know, when I walk in the door and the kid's like, hey, good luck, I'm like, whoa! There's no such thing as luck. And it's fleeting if there is. Thank you, he's clapping. Yes. There's no such thing as luck. You go create your own luck. You ever notice that the same people always win? It seems like the same people are always getting awarded, the same people are always on stage, same people always have the nice car, same people. You know why? Do you know why? Because they put themselves in the position to win. They don't get lucky. The harder they work, the luckier they get. Want to get lucky? Start working hard. This liberates. We got a global conference coming up, man. It's going to be exciting. If you've gone 10 times, if it's your first year, don't get desensitized to it. Get excited. Get excited. It's a game changer. It changes lives. It resets your mind. You get to hear from the greatest people on the planet that do what we do. You get to make new friendships, rekindle old ones. I'm going to see friends from all over the world. I don't get to see them, but maybe once or twice a year, I'm going to see them in a couple of weeks. I can't wait. It's great. And I'm going to bring it home with this. One last thing, and this one's quick. It's only a page. And maybe this is going to help somebody that's in here tonight. I don't know people's situations. And this is also going to be in the book. It's just a quick little mid-book motivation. It's called Get Up. Here's the part where I yell at you, actually. Okay. Get up. Get up already. Sometimes we all need that hard kick in the rear to redirect how we think and what we do. So this is that kick. Get up. You know better. You are better. And you know that too. We all get tired. We all get low. We all fall down. It's life. The unwritten rule is that you're just not allowed to stay tired, low, or down. I know, it's heavy. I wouldn't understand. Any trials or hardships I faced are way different than what you have going on in your life right now. And that suffocating feeling of heaviness, I couldn't possibly know what that's like. And even if I did, maybe I'm just stronger than you, right? Wrong, cupcake. Check this out. If you can read or hear this, if you can breathe right now, even with assistance, you are still here. You have purpose, and you're blessed. Not buying it? There's tons of souls who would trade their position with yours in a heartbeat right now. I'm taking the liberty of making a bold statement on behalf of so many of my friends and family who aren't here anymore. I'm sure they would gladly inherit your problem quickly for a chance. One more day. one more step, one more breath, one more chance. So here comes the tough love part. I'm not asking, what are you going to do with that extra day or chance? I'm telling you, how dare you not do something with it? Too many others are affected by your choices and actions or your lack of choices and actions. So choose. Act. You have energy. You have power. You have unique talents and gifts that no one else does. Not like you do, and you know that to be true. So that low point, it ends here. That tired feeling, re-energize. Take a freaking vitamin if you need to. You have much left to do. Your heart was broken, that's okay. The person who puts it back together for you will make it that much better. You fell down, yep, it sucks, but it's life. We all do. Now it's time. It's time to rise. Let's go. Get up. I'll get up with you in Vegas. See you next month.